Hello, everybody. It's Saberwolf, and yeah. So once again, if you didn't see my video the other day, I did get a new microphone. So I'm trying it out again. This will be the first gameplay I've done with the microphone, and hey, it's Guild Wars 2 even. So, hurrah for that. So, like I said before, I thought about using my headset before didn't really sound that great, honestly, and I figured I'd get a new microphone. But unfortunately, I got a new microphone that sound better, and I unfortunately don't sound better because I unfortunately have a cold. I'm maintaining a voice of like whatever one I have left right now. So I'm sorry to say it, but that's kind of my voice sounds like right now. But I'm sure the microphone will sound a hell of a lot better than what I did on my headset. So hurrah for that, right? So without further ado, though, we are going to jump into Guild Wars 2. Now, this is the third beta event for the Guild Wars 2 thing. So obviously we're going to give us the three slots for three characters. And once again, guys, I need another character to cover my youngest little one. He's 2-year-old. So I got one for my older two kids. I got two for my older two kids, and I just need one more for my younger one. So yeah, so need a little help, guys. So here, what we're going to do. So I think, of course, we are gonna play the Ranger first, cause yeah, Bunny Thumper. And I know a lot of people are like, you see me popping it all over the place, all over the forums and everything. They're like, and it's like, what's Bunny Thumper? What's Bunny Thumper? Well, for those of you that actually played the original Guild Wars game, Bunny Thumper was a hammer ranger build that you did severe knockdowns, and your pet had different abilities that did extra damage when the target was knocked down, and there are certain hammer skills that did extra damage to knock down. So between those two things, it was a bit of a personal solo spike build for hammer to knock down targets and everything. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So we are going to do a ranger, and you know what? We're going back to the knee basher. We're going to go do the, of course, we're going to do the Asuran for this, because why not, right? So, yeah. So we're going to do the Ranger. We're going to do a Asuran. We're going to make him kind of tall. We are going to change that face, though, I hope. Because I don't like the look of the face. Let's take the armor off. We want him looking a little buffy. A little beefy. Here's a little beefy. Let's see. We need, skin tone. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dark spots, head options. Look at it. Hi. The ancestors are calling, guys. So we had can we get face? Okay, we need a different face here. Let's go with the standard face. We're a ranger, so let's go with a headband thing going on. What is this? Ears. No, slope back ears. We're not going to go crazy with this because we're just testing out those builds and all, right? We do need to look halfway decent, though, right, guys? Yeah, there we go. All right. Ooh, pet. Let's go with the. Yeah, the Drake's okay. Let's go with Stalker though. We're gonna just tame this. Ref. Oh, just go Bunny Thumper. Please don't let me be taken. Oh, it's taken. No, come on. Bunny Thumper X. Seriously, Bunny Thumper X is taken too. But X Bunny Thumper X. Wow, guys, we're not doing very good on the. We're batting 1,000 here. Okay, double X Bunny Thumper. At least we get the Bunny Thumper name. Once again, yeah, so like I said, this Ranger build was pretty crazy. Be able to knock down and keep on going with just do extra damage like that. And maybe I'll throw up a Guild Wars 1 video to showcase that about about how the Bunny Thumper build kind of works like that. I'll turn my mic down a little bit. And once again, I'm playing with the microphone, trying to find the right levels and everything. This is a very sensitive microphone, unfortunately, which is a good thing, because I wanted better quality. So, yeah. So we're going to go in that corner of Lion's Arch like we usually do, and we're going to try some stuff out, and maybe we'll whack some things, maybe some whack some personal things. Let's hope that, and of course this is the Halloween event, so this is going to take forever for us to load into, so yeah. So how's your guys' week going here? Again, this is the third beta. I missed the first one because, well, I was too busy getting married, okay? I'm sorry, guys. But I had personal responsibilities at the time. God. Okay, you gonna load up the Welcome to Lion's Arch event or not? Come on. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute, guys. So every time we're gonna make this, we're gonna have to do a Welcome to Lion's Arch thing. So maybe I should have probably gotten this, made these guys ahead of time. Sorry. But this is my first reaction. Now, I did not watch the Guild Wars 2 introduction video for these things. I just wanted to be 100% try to figure things out on my own. I like doing that because, yeah, it's better off. I'm better off just trying to figure things out on my own, make my own extra life community. Oh, cool. Alright, so we are going to go into our little corner over here in the Commodores. Because not too many people really over here. I'm sorry I gotta clear my throat constantly because, like I said, I'm losing my voice, guys. I'm gonna try to do the best I can, try to talk for like 45 minutes and not lose my voice. So good luck to me, right? But so yeah. So this is gonna be the what I'm gonna quote the Bunny Thumper build. This is the Hammer Ranger. So like I said, I'm gonna go back to Guild Wars 1 and we'll try to see if I can pull up that Ranger build for you guys on a when I stream again, going through factions with Varus and all. So yeah, we'll try that out with her. I don't understand why this is taking so long to load. I know there's a lot of people here, but there shouldn't be anybody in this area. Okay, so here we are, and we got a. Okay, I picked Stalker, but I get a wolf anyways. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with a wolf. I'm not gonna argue. So what we got here? We got Hammer Strike. So we got, let's see, we got Hammer Strike going into chain into Hammer Slam into Hammer Smash. So it's just damage, straight hard damage, no conditions or anything. Then we got Wild Swing to inflict crippling.
I've never seen the founder around headquarters.
Skill inflict crippling. Okay, so we slow them down, not knocking anything down. We got Daze. Quickly strike the ground, dazing nearby enemies. If this strikes an enemy, follow up with a leaping strike.
I just hate being cooped
So it's a double tap hit, I guess? Ah, here we go. Savage Shockwave. Smash the ground, creating 3 expanding shockwaves that apply conditions. Immobilize, weakness, invulnerability. So vulnerability would be good because that 1-1 skill is just flat damage. So increasing flat damage with vulnerability would be good. And we got Thump. I'm sure people are going to call this Trump. But slam the ground with your hammer, knocking down enemies nearby. This is our knockdown skills. So this is the start build. We're gonna try to dive in. I don't think. See if there's any of these like.
I'll break you down.
Is that movement? Is there any movement? No movement. No movement. So none of these have a dash ability movement. So let's hope that some of our other skills will give us the dashing movement speed that we need. Hey, hero, how you doing? So we got cantrips. That's interesting with cantrips. While active, you cannot die and cannot swap pets. Okay. When the cantrip ends, drain health from your pet based on the percentage of its current health. So we have invulnerability for 3 seconds. And we take 50% of whatever a pet's health is, which apparently is equal to ours.
Here's a little something for all my loyal subjects.
Yeah, and of course we got the Halloween stuff in the background, so we're just going to turn that down a little bit, shall we? Alright. So, that's interesting. So we have invulnerability for 3 seconds. Okay. Create a ring of spores around yourself that explodes after a short duration. Enemies hit with those spores are knocked down. So we get an extra knockdown with a cripple. For, wow, 6 shocks of 1,800 damage. This is a DOT. So this would kind of combine well with Savage Shock. We outrag Randus around you. Mutate conditions. Convert all your conditions into vulnerability. Ah. Oh, wait. Convert all your conditions into vulnerability. So if you have, like, cripple and stuff like that on yourself, you convert that to vulnerability instead. Interesting. Teleport to your target. Ah, here's our dash skill. Oh, I did not want to do that. So let's flip-flop those, because I want that on... Wait, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this needs to be actually on... Yes. So here's our teleport ability. So teleport to your target, making nearby enemies vulnerable. If your enemy is struck, this skill's recharge is reduced. 50% reduction on a 40-second recharge. So this is definitely our dive-in skill to try to hit your enemy now. So that's good for that. Oh, we got Venomous Outburst, Rending Vines, and Enveloping Haze. So wow, our pets gets like totally crazy new things. And our Raven gets pretty much the same stuff. So the skills don't change too much. Alright, I'm not crazy about causing vulnerability to myself to make myself die faster. So, here, we'll see what this extra one is. The extra one is Surround is Nature's Binding. Nearby foes. Surround nearby foes with a cage of nature. They cannot escape. So you can dive in, do a wrap cage around them, and then you can just explode using your 4 and 9 skill, which is unfortunately too kind of far away from each other. So it looks like you're going 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9 into 4. And then, since they're still caged after 4 seconds, then you hit them with 5 to knock them down again, to hold them in place. And then you can 3, 2, 1, which will cripple them to try to keep them somewhat close to you. That seems to what it is. We got doing unnatural traversal into nature's binding, into exploding spores, into shockwave. Right? So we do 7. Oh, crap. Range 900. So we're going to need something to... The dog is surfing. Cool. Zoss. Yeah. So we have to unfortunately wait for him. We don't have the infinite cooldown that, Renina gets, but... So while we're waiting for that, Forest's Fortification. Ugh. Sure. Surround yourself with the elements of nature, gaining defensive boons and dodge and damage reduction. Strike an enemy while this fortification is active reduces the cooldown of this ability. 90-second cooldown, but striking it will lower it. Okay. You gain stability, you gain resistance, non-damaging conditions currently on you are ineffective. Resolution, incoming condition damage is reduced by 33%. And you also get the whole Forces Fortification anyways, which is a 30-second duration, reducing incoming damage to 50%. Striking an enemy reduces the recharge of this again. Okay, so it is a straight up tank build. This is just a I'm in tank mode button. Just straight up, that's what it is. Like, I'm going into tank mode, and if that tank mode doesn't work, then I can use my pet ability, which puts me into more tank mode. It's like, oh, I'm about to die? Okay, I'm going to pop my pet ability. Now I just healed myself by 10,000 HP, more like 13,000 HP, and then go from there. Okay, sure. That kind of works. Let me know how level the mic is, guys, because again, this is a brand new mic. I'm trying it out for the first time, so let's see. So I think that's what it is there. So let's see what we got for come on. Let's see what we got for build here. So obviously we can pick some of the other ones. We have Untamed, Beast Mastery, and Skirmishing apparently up. So Untamed, let's see what we got for Untamed. Gain access to cantrip. Okay, that's just the access key build. Debilitating blows disable your foe, applies conditions to that foe based on the current state. Disables, including stun, daze, knockback, blah, blah, blah. Disabling a foe applies conditions to that foe based on your current state. So if you have vulnerability, remove conditions when you or your pet is unleashed. Okay. And blinding outburst, venomous outburst, which is the first one here, applies blindness in addition to other effects. Well, you already have I am a tank. So I think doubling that's probably not going to work. Removing the conditions when you or your pet is unleashed. So I guess the whole unleash thing is unleash Ranger. Unleash the raw power of your primal bond with your nature of your pet, enhancing your offensive power while becoming more susceptible to damage. Okay, so this turns you into a glass cannon. Okay. So now I'm in glass cannon mode. Unleash your pet to draw on the power of its bond in nature and granting you new abilities. Okay, so we have its basic abilities: a crippling leaf, terrifying howl, and brutal charge. But we hit that, we get different abilities, which is venomous outburst, I didn't see if these skills changed. Actually, I'm going to hit it one more time to see if my other skills change at all. They do change. Unleashed Wild Swing, so basically it does more damage. Unleashed Overbearing Smash, which causes blindness. Unleashed Savage Shockwave. Does something completely different. Smash the ground, creating 3 shockwaves, dealing damage. Okay, so still doing damage. Increased damage. Damage increase versus disabled foes, 20%. Okay, so disabled foes. So, yeah, this is the whole crippling in. You get that in, so it does extra 20% damage. And damage increase per condition, 2%. So, you're stacking in vulnerability to cripple. And you dive in. You dive in with vulnerability cripple, and you're hitting for that. Okay. And then unleash Thump. Slam the ground with a hammer, gaining boons for each target struck. So it doesn't give us the knockdown. So we trade knockdown for extra damage. And we switch to unleashed mode. Kind of like the knockdown more, though. And you get the immobilize. So even if you finish your combo, you can finish your combo, skip 4 actually, hit 4 last, make them immobilized. So you keep them placed still even after your nature binding goes away. And you keep them in one place and you keep them smacking around with knockdown and everything. So yeah, this is the lockdown hammer build I was talking about. Kind of like in Guild Wars 1. They definitely captured the essence of it pretty well. So that's good. Let's go back to this. Gain Vitality. Again, it's good because you're basically going to a mode where you're glass cannon mode. So yeah. Well, we're gonna try to remove conditions from ourselves when we switch swaps, so that's pretty good. Disabling a foe grants you boons based on your current state. Quickness and stability, that's pretty good. Gain boons when you or your pet is unleashed based on your new state, might, and protection. Well, protection would be pretty good. That's when we go into beast mode. So might, you turn into more glass cannon mode, or you go into beast mode where you go into more protection state. Go away. And rendering vines converts boons into conditions instead of removing them. I kind of like that more, because we are using that. Corrupting, rending. Oh no, we're not using rending vines. I think that's the other one. Or not. Wait, what? Rending vines. Okay, where's rending vines? Oh, it's the pet ability. Okay. Slow and converts 3 boons into conditions. Kind of like that, actually. Your outgoing and incoming damage is increased while you're unleashed. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this is the whole thing there. And then we have disabling a foe reduces the cooldown of all your equipped skills, which I really like because you're disabling them a lot. Percentage of your strike damage you deal heals you, so that kind of mitigates some of the glass cannon you got going on with this build. And then last but not least, we have you and your pet grant each other increased damage and movement speed while striking enemies. When this triggers, it refreshes the duration of all stacks. So you get Ferocious Symbiosis. You gain plus 3 damage, plus 5% movement speed, stacking 5 times. So stack 5 times is 15% damage, 25% movement speed. So that increases your ability to track them down, on top of the fact that they're going to be crippled. So this basically has you stick to them like glue, which is pretty good as well. I kind of like both of them. It's too bad that one of these couldn't be down here. Kind of both this one and this one. Cooldowns, recharge time reduced by 4 seconds. Recharging skills or speed boost. With damage boost too. So it's either extra damage or extra skills recharging. I guess it depends on what you're doing, on what area you're in. Doesn't really give you any other pets to use right now. So yeah, I mean that's not bad. I mean you take. Let's go for the extra damage for now. Actually no, we'll do skill reduction because we are gonna try to. We are dependent on this skill right here. And if we can hit the target, it reduces by 20%, or 50%, which goes down to 20 seconds. And we are really dependent on this skill to get us into combat. So the more you reduce this skill, I think that this is what betters you to get into the play. So with that, not that one. So let's go to the island here. Now that we can figure that out, and go from there. Like I said, I'll be going through the other 2 builds too tonight. So this is going to be a bit of a long stream. So, yeah. Also, don't forget, Friday night, of course, is Friday Night Dice Night. That's my D&D group. 7 p.m. Eastern right here on my Twitch channel. We're going into the second chapter of our second campaign, so it should be really interesting. We're going to have a new DM at the helm, so it's going to be a brand new deal. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully we're not going to lose our pets every 2 seconds. That would be nice. So yeah. Oh, and then I want to go with siege training. I didn't want to do that. Dang it. Yeah, the problem with these beta events right now is there are so many people on right now trying to test things out, and everything like I am. But are they breaking it down like I am? Probably not. There we go. That's the one I wanted. But this is what I like to do. I like to break down things. I like to figure out these like puzzles. Pretty much for me. Nobody is on these right now, so it's cool. All right. Oh, we lost all our skills. Well, that wasn't very nice of the game to do that to us. Alright, so we want the traversal into cage into... Get out of the way in case this guy does stuff. Into exploding. And we'll just might as well use the cap ability. Why not? Let's make sure we get the rest of the... Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at the rest of the build. My bad. So we got skirmishing, which is pretty good. You and your pet have a chance to cause bleeding. So we add bleeding to the effects of everything we're doing. Evade and attack grants quickness. Sword skills. Well, we don't have sword skills, so that doesn't help you. Bleeding you inflict is more dangerous. Increased damage, okay. You increase the precision of nearby allies. Well, where? You deal more damage. You deal more damage and have increased chance to critically strike. Well, this is a damage build. We're glass canning. When we want to kill the thing faster than we can. When swapping weapons, the next ranger weapon you skill. Okay, we're not going to swap weapons because we're in close range combat with a hammer. Damage and condition durations are increased after dodging or using a quick shot. And the Guild Wars 2 logo. Fury grants ferocity. We're not really granting fury on ourselves, so that doesn't help. Grants swiftness when swapping weapons in combat. Oh, gains fury when we swap weapons. I don't think that's going to help. Beast mastery, of course, is definitely going to help. I guess this is going to be a pet build. Pet healing is going to be important because if we want to convert the pet's health into our own. We want to, now we can use anything we want. Well, let's go with my favorite, Alpine Wolfie. And he's a big pig, yep, no. I'll do smoke skill, So, yeah. So when we want to try to use our healing skill, we want to make sure our parrot has a lot of health. 16,000 HP, so half is going to be 8,000. Reduced down a little bit because it's going to be a combat. I mean, you're looking at about a self-heal for about 5,000 HP. It's not great, but you're buying yourself an extra 3 seconds in hopes to kill whatever it is you're killing because again, this is a glass cannon build. So you're definitely going to want something to be with you to heal you for PvP wise and like that. Yeah. Beast Taunt abilities. When they gain quickness, they gain super speed. I believe we're getting quickness from this one. So we'll gain super speed instead. We're not using an X, so that's not going to help. Beast abilities inflict weakness when on those struck. Not using a great sword, never mind. Nearby foes are blinded by beast abilities, so this gives us the blinding effect anyways. Apply additional boons around you and gain reduced recharge. Oh, that's commands. We aren't using commands. You and your pet each grant might to each other when you critically hit. High crit. I don't think we're giving ourselves any high crits here, unfortunately. So I don't think that's going to help either. So using beast ability, so these will also cause blindness. Now, I don't think skirmishing is going to work for us, unfortunately. But I don't see any other... Let's try nature. Nature is all healy stuff. Well, we're not gonna... Well, this gives us the... This kind of jumps up with the super speed then. It'll give us super speed, buffing that way. Lunar survival, what's this? This is the spirit stuff, so... Considerations are split between you and your pet. Well, I mean, if you put a condition on yourself, you can decrease the duration of those durations of those vulnerabilities on yourself by doing it that way. So that could help with that. And extra poison damage from your beast, poison master. So double the effectiveness on. I don't know, it'll give you double duration of poison, basically. Gain condition damage. Well, we're doing poison, bleeding. Doing poison. We got was bleeding somewhere. Or did I get rid of that? I got rid of that because that was the other one. Yeah, increased damage. That's interesting. While you were above our health threshold, your strikes inflict poison. So even more poisoning. Incoming disables are transferred to your pet instead. Gain increased vitality. Again, this is kind of buffing yourself up. You and your pet gain expertise based on vitality. Gain your duration. Blah, blah. So we're going to do that. This will help us with there. Dodge roll when you're in trouble. Getting protection is helpful because, again, I want to try to be somewhat helpful here.
I feel 6 feet tall.
Well, this is very pet dependent too, though. So increasing condition damage. Well, unfortunately, the only condition damage we're doing is really poison. Unless we flip this, and I'm not seeing anything else. So that's not helping either. So increased poison or incoming disables are transferred to your pet. With a 300 second. No, go crazy poison. How about that? Let's see what happens there. Alright, so we are doing, again, we're doing 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, maybe 4. See how it goes. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we don't have runes or anything, so... We're not using runes or anything to buff up our damage and everything. So that's pretty good. We're just going to wait for this recharge here. Which these two charge at the same time, so that's kind of cool. So we're going 7, 8 into 9, 4 to 5, 3, 2, 2, 3, and then whacking away here. Another 2. And they run away. We still have 7 back up again. Knock them down again. Surround and burst damage. Knock them down. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely chain this into an opener into jump in, boom, 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 boom. I mean, you could actually do 7-5, which is jump in, knock down, and then throw out your stuff. So 7-5. So when we get 5 near recharge here. So we got 7-5. Again, we got to like try to tie it in somewhere, some other way. Yeah, 7-5 is interesting. But I like 7-4. I like 7. I like 7 to 8 better because we're locking him in a cage before they can move out of the way, and then going from there. And then we're constantly doing poison to them between pet abilities like that. I didn't actually throw out my pet abilities, but yeah, do pet abilities, vulnerability, it increases the damage. So yeah, I kind of like this. Again, we have this again. We're looking at this flip floppy thing. Not as bad as the other build we looked at last time, but because they could have flipped, you could flip half your bar and flip the other bar half the other way. Blah. It was kind of crazy. So yeah. So that's, I guess that's the Ranger then. So let's see. Let's try one of the other ones. Let's go Norn this time. So we got Norn Engineer, or Norn Thief, which is the caster thing. Let's go Engineer this time. We're a little smaller here. We don't care about looks or anything. Let's go Saber, Wolf, Ingy. Pretty sure that's not taken. So how you guys doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Like I said, getting used to using this new microphone. Again, let me know if it sounds good to you guys, if it does sound different. I got this microphone specifically because it was going to be better off with picking up my lower tones, and like my headset microphone, which was only picking up highs, was not picking up any of my low tones that I had in my voice. Of course, it's lower right now because I'm losing it. But yeah, I kind of like it a lot, so we'll see how it goes. As my chair sinks on me. Hold on. Rough. Alright. So for the weapon of choice, we have a mace now for our engineer. So obviously shield's going to be our offhand or pistol. So we're going to have a smash and confusion. Vulnerability, leap forward and smash the ground. So this is our leap inability. So 2s are engage. Rocket fist prototype. Launch a fist that explodes. Launch a fist that explodes on the first target hit, damaging and stunning nearby enemies, causing burning. Interesting. And we have a rectifier signet. So this is a signet build. Heal yourself and your mech every second. Heal yourself and your mech hard. So we have a constant heal over time versus a hard heal. The hard heal looks like only does Yeah, I'm trying to record this. Go to bed a decent hour, so that's why you probably hear my littlest one, which we're trying to make a build, trying to make a character for in the background. So it looks like we're only going about 4. So a quarter, around a quarter of your max health for the heal, which is not too bad. Barrier Signet, passive. Well, this is a passive and actives. Okay. Incoming strikes and conditions, damage is reduced. So it's a tanky thing. I kind of like that from Guild Wars 1. Create a projectile blocking dome around yourself. You and your allies inside the dome gain a barrier every second. If your mech is active, the dome is centered on it. And it's larger. Crash down. Summon your Jade mech at the target area. Foes in the area are damaged. The recharge time of this skill is based on how damaged your mech is. So the skill will recharge depending on how much it's getting its butt kicked. Okay. Increases movement speed passively, which is also good. You're to make shadow step to a target location. So we got some. Next thing, that's actually pretty good shadow step away. That's actually pretty good. I'm liking this engineer so far. Increases power. Knock foes away from yourself and your mech. Okay, so I'm just gonna say right now, guys, we're not even halfway into this build, and I like this one the most so far. I really, 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 really like this one already. Then the extra signet is a superconducting signet, increases the conditions damage and creates a damaging field around you and applies conditions to nearby foes, which is vulnerability and confusion. So we got that vulnerability and confusion thing going on still. If your mech is active, the field instead radiates from and follows the mech. So you get a continuing field lasting for 5 seconds, causing confusion and vulnerability, and increasing that damage as it goes. And that's actually versus reducing incoming damage. I'm fine with not getting that because we're already getting passive healing already. I mean, I still think good old healing turret's probably the cool thing to go. But this actually passively goes more and you don't have to use it. And I think it's a faster recharge, doesn't it? Nah, slightly less, but it heals from more. And then we have Overclock Signet, reduces recharge of your other signets. Well, okay, so if you're using all signets, you probably want to have this one on your bar. And you order your mech to fire its ultimate weapon, the Jade Buster Cannon. If your mech is not present, instead, your mech is summoned, even if Crashdown is on cooldown. Recharge is reduced by 20% to all my other skills. So let me just turn it off real quick and see if they go up. Yes, they do. So that is 20% is no joke. It's an 80-second. It's a minute and a half recharge. So not bad there. So basically, you're looking at decreasing incoming damage and increasing condition damage going out. You are causing confusion like that. If you want to swap,
Sweet, sweet treasure.
does this have a pistol in it? Need a pistol. I need a pistol. Here's a pistol. No, I said... And we'll equip it in my offhand. There it goes. Okay, so we got blowtorch. Immobilize. So we have 2 skills that could cause burning, if we do it that way. Or if we just stick with shield. Yeah, more projectile reflection and the range stun. The offhand I'm not really digging though. I mean, plus you lose all your belt skills, it looks like. You don't have any belt skills at all? Plus you don't lose that. Plus you lose your belt skills. So you lose like a lot of skills in your bar for passive effects on your character. Which is good because you get a constant buff and you can activate those with a pretty decent cooldown of only 24 seconds each about. Yeah, 24 seconds each. Because they're all the same. I mean, you are in the front lines, so because you are using that. I mean, you can switch over to a gun so you have the range, so you can just pop these off and everything. But you have a shadow step to get in there. You have a energizing slam to leap forward and cause vulnerability, which is good. And you actually get vigor, so you can actually get some of your rollback recharge after you dive in. You can get some of your rollback outs good. And of course you got the crash down, which I think is on, which button is it on for me? It's on plus for me. So it's bring this guy down. And it said apparently if you use this, which one? This one. Yeah, it works with him, and as you walk, he walks with you. So he stays very, very close to you. And apparently if you shadow step, you shadow step together. So let's try that. You shadow step together. It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, this one looks really, really cool. And he just jets off into the sky when you cancel him. That's just okay. Props to ANET for the coolness of this one. Okay. All right. This one is a very cool build. Not gonna lie. Let's see what we got here. We got Machinist. You're a mechanical genius, obviously. So we got, let's see. Mech Command, Rapid Volley of Jade Energized Bullets from both arms, piercing through all enemies. So it's piercing, so it just shoots right through things. God. Order your mech to dash at a target, punching with an explosive strike that weakens the enemies. Okay, well, you're making your mech go away from you, so you want to keep it close to you if you're using some of these Signet abilities, though. And slam at a target with both cutters, inflicting severe bleeding. Okay. So we have a bleeding option, we have a weakness option, and we have a something else, but it causes melee attacks become ranged. Unlocks the mech command skills, spark revolver. Your mech's attacks apply vulnerability. So you know me, I love my vulnerability, so we're definitely sticking with that. New comp, okay, some routines, increase toughness and vitality. Okay, cool. Mech command, charge up, and then release a powerful ball of jade energy at your target that explodes on contact. Unlocks the mech command skill core reactor shot. Your mech gains a greater percentage of your own power, precision, and ferocity stats. Your mech shrugs off several conditions from itself and grants boons to nearby allies. So he grants Aegis, regeneration, protection, alacrity. Ooh, alacrity. Whoa. Circle energy into your mech's armor and turn it into a lightning rod. Jade energy strikes nearby foes and inflicts conditions on them. Slow and confusion. In passive mode, it unlocks your mech gains a greater percentage of your own condition damage. Well, okay. So, let me get this straight. Hold on. You gain percentage of concentration and healing stats. So it increases the power of this stuff, I guess, when it's active. This is active or something. But alacrity. So in other words, I can blow all my Signet skills and then pop Crisis Zone, and I get an extra 5 seconds, and my skills recharge an extra 1/4% faster already after they're already being 20% faster on top of that. Okay, sure. And then we have mech connects to the target with a draining beam, weakening and damaging target, and gaining might. Mech command, launch a powerful mortar attack at target, causing burning and daze and regular flat damage. Your mech inherits on-hit bonuses from explosions specialization line, which is this one. Mech command, pulse a barrier and boons to all nearby allies. So this is other boons, which include might, fury, and vigor. Plus you have a barrier of 685, which is not that much. Oh, but 5 pulses of it, so that's actually 3,500. That's okay. That's better. While in combat, your mech will automatically grant a small barrier each interval to nearby allies. Oh, so it has a constant passive. So, number targets 5, intervals every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, it's giving off a temp HP, pretty much. So it's very defensive. So you can be really defensive with this thing if you want. Your mech jets off into the air and fires a missile at each foe. And an arc in front of it before crashing down and dealing additional damage to anything caught underfoot. Target per missiles is 3, number of targets is 5. Plus it gives explosion, so it has the explosion thing built into it. On a side note, Signet skills gain improved passive effects and continue to grant their passive bonuses while recharging. Area support does an extra 643. Okay, so this has the whole explosion thing, but you don't get the inherent bonuses from that one. If you do this one. This one's more too defensively for me. Sky Circus. While dismissed or away for repairs, your mech supports you by the occasional aerial bombardment. That sounds kind of cool. Okay, we're going to use that one. But we're not kind of using explosive line because we're going tools. Okay, the problem is tool belt. We aren't using a tool belt, so I'm not sure why. Not sure why you would use the tool line except for get the vulnerability. Drop the delayed explosive pack at your proposed location. Oh, this is the whole on crit thing. Strike above. Oh yeah, let's take extra little damage packet. Okay, yeah. Okay. Vigor, which you gain vigor down here with that skill, so that combos. Okay. And gain kinetic charges when you use a two belt skill, but we don't have any two belt skills unless this counts as a two belt skill. Oh, does it count as a two belt skill? Nope, doesn't count as a two belt skill. Endurance or duration is increased. And fly forward. Wait. I don't have any gadget skills, so that doesn't help either. So you're really only looking at this one, which is endurance regeneration is increased, so dodge rolling is increased. That one's fine. Equipping an engineering kit, which we're not doing. 2+ skills are reduced, which we're not. So again, I mean, this one's cool. Increasing our damage by 10%. But none, I mean, none of the other ones really do anything for you. I mean, explosions would help. You strike at your first attack explodes, dealing extra damage. Okay, first attack explodes. That's cool. Critical hits, launch a missile at your target after no missiles are fired. An orbital strike is called in. This build is nuts. Deal increased damage for each stack of vulnerability in your target. Okay, so there's their stacking vulnerability there. And deal increased strike damage to foes with a lower health percentage than you. Hitting with explosion heals you over a few seconds. Shrapnel explosions have a chance to cause crippling and bleeding. And explosive entrance, which is this one down here, inflicts blindness when it hits. Additionally, it dazes foes above the health threshold of 90%. Okay, we hit shrapnel for that. I don't think tools is going to help us out much. So maybe innovations. Cleanse a condition from nearby enemies. Using a heal skill, use a cleanse spells around you. Okay, that's fine. Shield skills gain reduced recharge and grant protection to nearby enemies. Protection on you and gains increased damage reduction, which I believe we are causing a. We do have some sort of protection thing, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe not. No, but decreasing our recharge of our shield skills, at least it's helping us do something here. Heal skills are recharged when you are struck well below the health threshold. So we can pop this. We'll be below the health threshold, so we can pop it again. It'll recharge immediately. But I think we have one of the other ones that gives us passive, gain improved passive ability and continue to grant their passive bonuses. So we could just, that gives us possibly a double heal for that. And then drop a smoke bomb when you are disabled to blindness around you. Okay. Grants protection nearby allies when you use a heal skill. So this gives us the protection we're looking for. Okay. You gains increased damage reduction. So when we use the heal skill, we gain extra protection, extra damage reduction. We're not using a turret. Movement speed is increased. Okay, so do we gain extra movement speed? Because we already got, this one's already given us increased movement speed. Movement speed is increased by 30%. I don't think it's going to increase it any more than that. Nope. So, and we're not using a tool belt skill, and we're not using turrets. And I don't think this is going to work with that. Nope. It does not work for that. Sorry, I just had to see it fly off again. Oh, that's amazing. So unfortunately, this ability is not going to help us much. I mean, it will... oh, wait. Movement speed is increased. Cripple, chill, and mobilization durations are reduced. So we still get reduction to mobilizations, at least. That does us something. Your healing power is increased while you have regeneration. This doesn't count as regeneration, so meh. So maybe that's... I mean, also, basically, what we're looking at is just decreasing your shield. Oh, wait, hold on. Detonates near enemies... Detonates when enemies draw near. Critics proximity mine and a med kit at your location when you critically hit when attack. Okay. Some more mine dropping when you critically hit. And more cleansing of conditions from people. And percentage of your healing is applied to yourself is shared by nearby allies, which we're not healing very exactly that much, so that's not going to help. So maybe not that one. Alchemy tools. Let's try firearms. Gain condition damage. Your pistol skills gain increase. Okay, well this would be a pistol offhand. When you afflict bleeding, I don't think we're afflicting bleeding at all. Afflicting burning, but not bleeding. You have an increased critical hit chance against foes within the range of the threshold. Critical chance increase against foes that are within the range threshold. So, okay, increased crit because they're inside of him. You have an increased chance to critically strike against foes that are bleeding. Critical hits has a chance to cause bleeding. Okay. Grant increased condition damage to nearby allies. Gain expertise. Increase the outgoing condition damage when you inflict burning. Which we are inflicting burning with this one. Gain minus ability when wielding a flamethrower, which we're not doing. Deal increased strike damage for each condition on a foe. We're only causing only a couple, causing confusion, vulnerability, and burning, really. Not really much. Maybe cripple, maybe. And burning you inflict lasts longer, and your critical hits also cause burning. So burning lasts 7 seconds now. On a 12-second recharge. And also, in expertise, increase your outgoing condition damage when you inflict burning. So it increases the damage and expertise. Thing is, do you want to make this offensive or defensive? It's kind of hard. Because you got a shield, you got stuff that makes you defensive, but you kind of have offensive stuff for this like no scope stuff. I don't know. They're in combat only, so it increases condition damage by 100. It's 872. 937. Yeah. And gains expertise. Gain expertise. Damage duration increases. Duration increase there. I guess we'll go with this. We're going the 2-1-2 firearms. We're going. See, I don't know if high caliber works that way, but we're going 3-2-3, and this one, this one, this one. Very cool. Again, I really like this build. I love passive signets to add on to there. So really starting. I mean, this would make 3 engineers for us actually. With these kind of builds, and we can actually flip to a ranged like just rifle build if we want. I mean, I don't really like the rifle build for engineers because when you play an engineer, when you're playing it for the first time, you just run around with a flamethrower and just go crazy. Which is why none of the weapon skills for an engineer really are that great. But for these mace skills, it makes it really interesting. Plus, you're dealing with condition damage with this confusion. So I think
I
um,
love terrorizing this place.
so definitely increasing the condition damage would be good because you're doing basic condition damage with your regular attacks with your 1 skill. You're doing burning damage with your 3 skill. You can do burning damage with your pistol. So this actually gives us the option for that. Gives us another way of just going with the offhand pistol with more burning, which that's a lot of burning actually. 4,496 damage. I try to remember to mute each time, guys. Sorry. Like I said, I am sick. And then we can also immobilize a target if we're trying to run them down and try to make them so they don't get away. So that's not bad. I kind of like this. I really do like this build quite a bit. By far, this is probably my favorite one. I will say. I mean, having 3 engineers. I have a Char engineer. I have an Asaurian engineer, which is Iron Man. I have the Char engineer, who both the engineers are actually in my book that I write. I'm writing a Guild Wars 2 base book. It's got like 8 or 9 chapters in it right now. So if you guys are interested in it, let me know, and I can always post it up somewhere and what I have so far. See what you think. But yeah, I really like this build. I mean, I really do. It's got passive buffs. It's got 2 different jump in skills. You get extra endurance, so you can roll out of it. It's got burning that you can do extra condition damage, and you tie it all up in a bow, and you got this really cool mech you get to have, and you can recharge your skills at 24%. Actually, that increased my. Okay, so it actually lowered my. That changing to that actually did lower the recharge of my skills, so now they're down to 22 3/4 of a second. So that increased it there even more so. So yeah, I really, like I said, I really like this build. This might be your winner here. Again, I didn't try the first 3 build. Didn't try out the first 3. So we'll have to go back and check those out. But yeah, I'm really digging it. All right, so we only got 1 more left. So that was the Machinist. Then we got the Untamed, and last but not least, we'll be trying out. Let's make this. Let's make the Savari one again. Last but not least, we have the Thief, which we're diving in. From what I could see of it, I didn't really look into it too much. This was the kind of the Shadow Arts kind of thing. This is a mix between Shadow Arts and Deadly Arts. If I remember correctly, I think it was going to do some like black here, but everything was going to be red here or something like that. And I think it was going to have head options to be like a mohawk or something, and it was going to be like red. Like something like that. Really cool. Really digging this one, actually. Digging the hood, too. Okay. In my line of work, it's important to understand the power of subterfuge. Saber Wolf Shadow. I live in the shadows. So yeah, the last one was very, very cool. I think that might be our winner from our last 5 that we chested. Again, didn't try the first 3, so I'll have to go back and try those again. But so yeah. So this one is the I believe it was a scepter that the character is using to fight in combat with. So this kind of makes, like I said, the shadow arts with the deadly arts from the original Guild Wars 1. So we'll see how that is. And wow, we have a lot of AoE target things. This is interesting. Not sure about the dagger secondary, although it is a throw dagger. And stab your foe and vanish stealth, leaving him vulnerable. Doesn't really doesn't help much. So your one skill is fire projectile that hinders your foes and helps allies. And causes torment. Okay, so basically it's like a pistol. Hurly bolt that hinders foes and helps allies. Again, so we're throwing more bolts, and this one causes weakness and gives us might. Okay. Yeesh. No, okay. Stop. Thank you. Dual wielding skill, which will depend on what you have. So this is the dagger one. Fire a slow moving projectile, then fire a quick shot that accelerates the first. You'd have an enemy target. So I'm not going to be able to try some of these. But I am going to...
You rarely see one of those.
I am thinking about looking at pistol secondary, though, because I think... of course, it did it again, so let me equip that. Offhand. There we go. Daze your foe with a headshot, and fire a black powder shot, blinding your target foes, nearby foes with smoke, giving myself stealth, okay? Measured shot, dual wield, shadow step, and fire a shot that hinders foes and helps allies. Immobilization, enemy target. Shadow step away from your target and launch a shot that immobilizes the enemies. Ally is a target. Shadow step towards your target and launch a healing shot. Whoa. Okay. Didn't shadow step me there. Hold on. It didn't shadow step me though. Oh, it's like a half. It's like a half jump. It's not even that much of a jump. Okay, this thing's really happy with... Okay. Holy cow, we are very sensitive to this. My god. Okay, take a chill pill, bro. Yeesh. Okay. So, I kind of like the pistol build more because you can actually give yourself a healing ability. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Measured oh, wait, hold on. Enter Shadow Shroud, target ally. Enter Shadow Shroud and tether to a target you previously siphoned ally, granting them a barrier. If no target is selected, one will be chosen at random. Indicate radius. Okay, wow, okay, so this has got some really wacky things going on. Siphon target enemy. Steal your foe's shadow, slowing them for a period of time and gaining a shadow force. Uh-huh. But I don't understand this dual wield. Shadow Step and fire shot that hinders your foes and it helps their allies. Target enemy target. Shadow Step away from your target. Launch mobilization. Okay. But what's this endless night part? Okay, I don't understand why there's two separate things here. Maybe because you have to enter in their shroud form. I'm guessing. No, it doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. So I'm in shroud form. It doesn't change anything here. We have to siphon first. Oh, you gain Shadow Force, which... Oh, okay. Alright, that makes sense. Alright. What do we got here? We got wells. So we're back in the well thing, so if you know my necromancer, I like wellmancers, so... Shadow Step to your target, Shadow Step to target location and drop a well that cripples foes and heals allies. So it's a heal. Not a good heal. And I have almost no freaking HP. So this thing is squishy as flip. Oh, but you can alacrity. Oh, so there's some sort of alacrity thing going on back here. Okay. Cool. Check that out a little bit. Shadow Step to target point and create a well that grants boons to allies that they don't already have. If allies already have all the boons, grant might instead. Basically give them every single freaking boon possible. And alacrity. Shadow Step start location and drop a well that repeatedly strikes foes. Shadow Step to target area and lay down a well that dazes foes. That it hits. Foes that are using skills when struck are inflicted with conditions they don't already have, such as chilled, weakness, slow, and cripple. And the cap skill is Shadow Step to target location and drop a well that continuously pulls foes into the center, increasing intensity with each hit. So the first two... So we have, this one is all defensive. Is kind of buddy helper. And the rest of them are damaging ones. And this is the last one. Shadow Step to target location and create a well that inflicts foes with any damage conditions they don't already have. Foes already have units who are afflicted with torment instead. Okay, so I'm getting a mixed reaction here. So we have wells that we create in location, but in creating those wells, we're also shadow stepping to those locations. But we have a ranged primary skill weapon, but all of our skills are going into Shadow Step to dive into things. I almost want to say that depending, because I mean, I'm just going to say it like this here. Okay. I'm just gonna say this. I think that this build's kind of this setup's kind of weird. You have skills that helps you jump into combat and get in there, but you have a ranged weapon. Which I mean, granted, I mean this thing is like hitting like 100 miles an hour. Like, let me just turn it back on again. So don't get me wrong, you're attacking like really, really fast with it. But I almost want to say that you're better off being suited with like an assassin type double dagger or something like kind of build like that. Because if you're going to jump into heavy into combat like that, you almost kind of want to equip melee weapons and dive in because you're causing crippling, you're causing chilled, you're causing poison, bleeding, tormenting, basic damage, and you're also giving alacrity to yourself to recharge all these other skills even faster. Which I mean, weapon skills don't recharge because you'll have initiative instead. But I mean, it's almost like you kind of want to play with melee weapons and not this thing. I mean, granted, it's giving you torment for for DOTs to add with the DOT with poison like that, and bleeding, and poison and tormenting. So I mean, this is a heavy, heavy conditions build that makes you jump into combat, which is kind of risky because that's not a lot of HP to have. And I guess you siphon barriers, so you have to gain barriers yourself and give them to other allies. You can make this a defensive thing too by kind of like going all barrier heals, stuff like that, but again, why would you want to, if you want to be like defensive, be like, oh, I'm going to back off and have just heal my allies and stuff and do that way, which every time you swing your thing, you give your allies a barrier, so you're giving your ally temp HP constantly. Why would you want 3 other skills in your bar that dive into damage and puts you in harm's way if you're going to be backing off, just constantly giving your party heals and stuff? And when your allies are starting to get hurt and you dive in with like this skill to heal your allies, which you only heal the area for very little bit, only 1,600 really. I mean, are you really making that bitch of an impact defensively? I mean, measured shot works better than that. That gives you 3, and that costs 3 initiative. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, you can go a lot of different ways. Because I mean, if you go back, shadow abilities in Guild Wars 1 were defensive, healing, span of abilities, versus Deadly Arts, which was your damaging, DOT, stuff like that. Which again, like I said before, before reviewing this one, is what this build's all about. It's you got both worlds happening here. But both worlds happening at the same time, I don't know. Like I said, the problem I have with this is that if you want to go the whole shadow defensive healing route, some of the abilities that is going to put you in harm's way to dive in there to heal them, to give them all these buffs and stuff. Because here, let me go 7 skill. I mean, you dive. See, here I'm with 7 skill. Hey, I get you buffs and everything. But, or well, I mean, whatever. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me get the buffs one. Here it is. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna give you like a bunch of buffs. Here's a bunch of buffs for you. Pulsing, giving you all the heals and all. But now I'm in harm's way, and I'm trying to keep us alive. So why would you put yourself in harm's way like that? If you're the one who's supposed to be staying back and doing everything else. That's my question. So with this line of thinking, I'm almost tempted to say that you're really a melee attacker. Like here, let me flip over to say, let's go dagger. We got dagger pistol right now. Oh, let's just do double dagger. Heck with it. I'm almost tempted to say just go double dagger and just go ham. So yeah, just like dive in, just be like, then it can stick you to glue and just kind of just keep pounding on them, but just double dagger that way. And they're just not gonna get away from you because you're just gonna keep. Oh, you're gonna run from me? Oh, here we go. Oh wait, you ran away from me again? Okay, no, I'm gonna jump on you again. And just stick on them. I mean, that's what I really think this build would be better for. You're just sticking to them constantly, just jumping in, just keep hanging on them. If an ally is tethered by Shadow Shroud takes a lethal blow, it consumes your Shroud and prevents their death and heals them. So this is again. So now we're going to some of this stuff, and we're getting a better understanding of preventative damage, stuff like that. Leaving Shadow Shroud consumes all remaining Shadow Force, healing nearby allies based on the damage it consumed. Allies that are fully healed receive the rest of the value as a barrier. Second opinion: a portion of the condition damage is converted to healing power. Gain healing power, which is increased when wielding a scepter. This is all healing. This whole line is just healing, which is kind of annoying. You would think that would give you one option to just be damaged there. Torment you inflict is increased. Yeah, that's what we want. Gain increased Shadow Force when hitting a foe with Siphon. Granting an increased barrier when ally. Yep. Healing allies in the area around you that when you Shadow Step, gain Shadow Force. For each ally in the radius, wells grant alacrity on their initial impact. So again, now we're going to lose our alacrity in order to gain damage from our torments. We should actually lose a torment because a torment was actually built into our into only one of our skills in our scepter. So maybe I have to bring the scepter back again with the dagger secondary. So maybe that's why we have the dagger secondary there. Because of that. It's really a flip-floppy thing. I mean, again, this whole entire expansion is going to be all about flip-flopping. Flip-flopping your skills, flip-flopping your abilities, flip-flopping your roles, just flip-flopping on the fly. Which is weird because now we have builds that we can just flip-flop in and out of when we're in PvE at least. I think it works in PvP as well. But you have to be out of combat before you do it, obviously. So this is just all about this whole entire expansion is going to just be about flexibility, just straight up. Gain expertise based on your percentage of your vitality, incoming damage of enemies, or is reduced based on the number of conditions they have. Rot Wallow Venom inflicts torment for a longer duration, which is... where is it? What's it called again? Rot Wallow Venom. Okay. Must be something in the shadow form or something. Because I don't see it. Wellness shroud transfer conditions from your tethered ally and cleanse the conditions from yourself. Each condition is removed in this fashion heals a percentage of your health, base health, and grants your tethered ally a barrier. Now grants a barrier when targeting enemies. and revives allies when targeting them. Shadow stepping breaks your barrier and grants it to allies. So I guess you can see two of them you can expect damage-wise, but again, you lose your alacrity, which kind of want to lose your alacrity too much. Because, I mean, assassin thieves, whatever you want to call them, pride on being able to just dish out damage and get back into the damage again. However, because your weapon skills don't need the reskill charge, it's all about your shadow steps. And if you can, and you constantly train your shadow steps just by chasing the target down and the only 20-second recharge, I really don't think you really need the alacrity so much. So you could just stick to the damage part. Now again, I wish that this first extra tree gave you some sort of damage dealing prowess. But yeah. Just invest in the just condition damage, and I might get the healer from that. I mean, so basically in the end, again, looks like you can spec to be a healer and be kind of like a druid in effect. But I honestly think that you might be better off just sticking to a bunch of condition damage and just be that assassin, just keep diving on top of them with your shadows, with all these shadow steps that you have. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's another one over here. No, it was when I was double dagger. Never mind. So you get 6 abilities just to stick to your target. Just keep jumping on them, and just go up critical strikes. Go up deadly arts, or maybe just go crazy with your damage. That's how I would do it. This is not going to be really my thing. I'll tell you that much. Maybe the healing one would be interesting. It's different. I mean, you're siphoning the spirit from your enemies and you're transferring it to your allies. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not really digging it. But like I said, honestly, I would just keep the scepter because it seems to be attacking fast enough anyways. And adding the torment damage, which is if the foe is stationary. So if the foe is stationary, they're going to get extra damage on top of them. But if they start running away, then you just chase them down, all the other things you got, and you can cripple them, you can chill them, you can do whatever else you want from them. But if you're doing tormenting damage, you want them to be stationary. You want them to be like mobilized. So try to find a way to like immobilize your target with this tormenting damage, and you could do quite a bit of damage with this. So I would say just find a way to immobilize, like right here. Immobilizing a foe poisons them, striking a foe below health threshold immobilizes them. This is what we're talking about. You immobilize them. Just find ways to, like, inflict opposing. Okay. And adding poison to this, or adding another type of DOT to this. You're not stealing. You're siphoning, so that doesn't count. Gain bonus power, which is increased by when you're wielding a dagger. So increased power there, so because you're wielding a dagger offhand, so that would help. Poison you inflict is increased damage and duration. Other deadly arts traits apply additional stacks of poison. Not doing that. Deal increased strike damage when your target is below a health threshold. Below 50%, you're going to increase your damage output. Increased damage from poison too, which I think you are causing poison with this one. So increase poison there. I don't think you're causing poison. Oh yeah, you are causing poison with the double thing here. So you could do that one too, which does increase it quite a bit. And then we have, and just find all the ways to just, let's see, this is critical strikes. You're not using signets. Gain might when you gain fury. I don't think we're gaining fury anywhere. Oh, right here. Gain fury when you strike a foe whose health is below threshold 90%, so automatically gain it. Gain might. Deal increased critical damage while your health is above threshold. We'll go with that. We're not using a pistol. We could use a pistol, but no. Stealth attack. Stealth attack inflicts skill inflicts vulnerability and grants fury upon successfully hitting a foe. So in stealth, which you do have a stealth ability, so you could do that. Gain ferocity based on your precision. Gain increased critical damage against foes whose health is above threshold 50%. Landing a critical hit while under the effects of fury increases the duration of fury and gain increased ferocity while in the effects of fury. Gain bonus critical hit chance while stealth. This bonus lingers for a short duration even after you've been revealed. And you are healed for a percentage of outgoing critical hit damage. This healing is increased while you're under the effects of fury. 20%. Just straight up murder build here. I mean, there might be a better one. I think acrobatics helps with the skill. Gain regeneration. And remove damage and conditions will struck. Yeah, I don't think this Raging Sword. Well, they nerfed the whole like initiative like regain stuff, so yeah, I think we're gonna go like seriously, I would go full on just excuse me. I would just go full on just offense mode. Just crit strikes. We furry this way. We do go invisible and that. So maybe even this, I don't know. So yeah, I mean you're just pounding damage on top of these guys and just stick to them like glue. Yeah, that's what I would do. Simple as that. But like I said, yeah, like I said, I think that I really like the engineer build the most. I think that's going to be the ticket for my guy. Would be this one. Make another Norn. Obviously, I already have an Astern. I already have a Char for an engineer. It'd be really kind of silly, I don't know, making another engineer. Because I already got these two guys as engineers. But I really, really like that machinist. It looks really, really fun, guys. I would recommend that one as just being fun. The other two are interesting. They're flexible. The engineer is a bit of a glass cannon, so be careful with that. Vitality and the self-preservation, couple skills you have there. They say, I'm not going to die right now. Yeah, those are the ones you have to definitely try to use. And then this one, sorry, that's the engineer. Sorry, the engineer, again, Bunny Thumper. That's the one you got to be careful of. I am not going to die right now with your ult skill. I'm going to self-preserve myself for 3 seconds until I could finish you off with your healing skill like that. Again, this one, again, the Shadow, this Spectre Thief build, it's very interesting. It's very flexible, trying to heal, trying to some per HP barrier there. I mean, it can go either way. I would have to see it definitely in action and full action. I can't really simulate that very well here, I don't think, as much as I would like to. But on the surface, though, if you want to go full on damage, just use those jump in skills, the Shadow Step skills, and just jump in your foes and just create a whole bunch of damage around you, and you have siphoning around you, and you just do AoE damage nonstop with your weapons. Yeah, definitely have at it. And the healing option would kind of go away. Again, I would like to, if that build would actually have a damage skill in the first slot, I just go full on damage, go on the damage the other way, and that's how I would run this guy. But yeah, like I said, engineer looks cool to me. Again, I'll have to start trying those first 3 builds out, and would go from there. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for me for today. Don't forget, I'll be back on again on Friday for Friday Night Dice, which is my D&D group. It's really cool, and if you don't have time to watch the show at 7 p.m. Eastern here on Saberwolf Gaming with 2 M's, they are available on Spotify and Google Podcast. And for more information about any of those, you can head over to FridayNightDice.wordpress.com. And that is the webpage I set up for our guys, and so you can have some place to go. So that'll do it for tonight. Once again, I am Saberwolf. Let me know how this mic worked out, if it worked out good enough. I'm surprised my voice hung out for as long as it did for this without drinking anything. So kudos to me there. But yeah, take care, everybody, and have a good day.